Hey, hi Jenny. How was the experience like just after the role play? Was it okay?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, yeah. Allow me to go on to the oral questioning component then. It's
Mm,
okay?
mm.
Alright, so I'll ask you a few questions. Now, why is it important to serve, greet, and bid farewell to customers?
So let the customer to feel a warm environment and
Mhm.
feel friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, and if they feel warm and there's a good, friendly environment,
they may easily to have a longer time here and may consider to buy our product.
okay,
Mm.
and so how do you find out what a customer needs?
Like by asking question,
Mhm.
like open-ended question, and maybe ask them what is your requirement.
Okay,
Yeah, then
yeah.
to
And-
check, yeah, to clarify. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, when a customer objects to the price of an item, claiming that the other stores are selling it cheaper, what would you say?
I may ask them, like, do you know the quality of them? Maybe the quality actually is different from the two company, the product they're selling,
Mhm.
or the pattern, the design is different. So this is how very difficult to compare with the price when the product are different.
Yeah, so you highlight this for the customers. All right. And how would you go about saying this, communicating this to your customer? So you highlighted some of these product features.
Yeah.
How would you say it to the
I
customer?
will say to them softly and politely.
Okay.
Okay.
Why? I mean.
To make sure they are not too offense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah. All right. So on this note of selling, can you tell me, is there a specific organization policy on presenting products to your customers for the company you work in?
You mean my company got the SOP for that?
Are you aware if there's any SOP on presenting products to customers?
What I know is ABC Winter Wear Company does not have this type of SOP.
Okay, and you're sure about this answer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next question.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So how do you match customers' requirement to your product recommendation?
Okay, I may include some of the features that the customer want to look for.
Okay. So can you give me an example of a feature?
For example, she say she want a bright color. Then
Okay.
we will try to match with the color.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. Okay.
Mm.
Thank you. Right. Name one reason why you may need to present alternative product to the customer.
Because alternative, you can, like, if the product is not suitable for the customer, then I can suggest alternative so for her to consider instead of letting her go away. And then suggesting more alternative product, maybe let the customer to have more choice. She may want to consider more other product, which is actually is not in her mind yet. Then we can have sell more product.
Okay. And so when you do this, she's more likely to, or the customer will be
Happy.
happy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you for answering the questions for this oral questioning. Allow me to just do some quick documentation looking
Yes.
through.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. Now, after assessing, I think the two components, right? For the role play, you actually did very well. In that component, you are deemed competent because you have managed to display and demonstrate the required performance criteria. You were able to match that. So I thought you did very well. You were able to listen out for the requirements and then to respond appropriately. I think you also did well in identifying the combination needed for the customer and to match that to the preferences. Maybe just a few notes on how you can improve. I think perhaps to improve on the approach, your personal touch, starting a little bit of small talk to make the customer feel a bit more comfortable. Maybe asking about the person, where is she going to, into Hokkaido, a little bit of small talk there, that would help. And in terms of you're very professional, but maybe to relax a little bit and then to lean in a bit closer, when you talk to her, that will put a customer, I think, in a more friendly, demeanor as well, so they don't feel so tense and so like you're making a very hard sale. So I think these are the areas you can improve on with regard to what I observed in the role play. Okay, any questions about that?
Okay.
Okay. Now, when it comes, so in that regard, you are competent. The oral component, okay, oral question component, unfortunately, there's one question that you got the answer wrong. And that was when I asked you this question about whether your organization actually has a policy or an SOP in terms of presenting product to the customer. Do you remember that question?
Yeah.
And your answer to me was, do you remember?
There's no such policy.
Well, actually there is, and so it's included in the criteria for this underpinning knowledge. So for this particular instance, you have demonstrated that you're not quite competent. You don't actually know the SOPs of the organization that well. So for that, although the rest you're deemed competent, because for this very important criteria that which you did not meet, you will be given the outcome of a not yet competent. And so overall for this entire assessment, you'll be deemed not yet competent in terms of the assessment outcome.
But everything I did well, right? It's just one question. It's so unfair, you know.
Yes, I mean I can understand where you're coming from and the frustration that you're feeling. But it's really just we have to be fair and we have to be consistent. So this is one area which is very important and is part of the assessment criteria. So because you did not demonstrate competency in this, we will have to give you this not yet competent assessment outcome.
That means if I do again, if I can just improve this, just able to answer this question, then I can get competent.
Yes, so I'm glad you brought it up. Actually, I think the observation is that through demonstration in a role play, you actually did very well, which means that you understood what it takes to sell products confidently and you hit all the criteria actually with just a few areas for maybe slight improvement. So I don't think you have to worry too much about that. In terms of oral questioning, your underpinning knowledge, now that you have identified this one gap, is an area that you can look into, maybe familiarize yourself with the SOP. So with that, when you come back for the reassessment, if you choose to accept this not yet competent assessment outcome, you should be able to do better for the next run. Okay, so before you sign, okay, just to let you know, I think for you to consider, if you choose not to accept the outcome of this assessment, as I've mentioned earlier on during the briefing, you are free to seek an appeal, to lodge an appeal. And so there are some procedures. Allow me to run this through and then you can come to a decision before you actually sign, okay? So if you do want to appeal, all right, if you disagree, okay, you actually can submit, lodge an appeal in writing within 7 days with the reasons given. So you have to write explicitly why you disagree with the decision and the outcome. You also have to pay an appeal fee of $30. And we will come collect the information, and will be made. The assessment manager will collect information from you, and then they'll give a decision. And once the decision is given for this appeal, it's final, and it'll be made known to you within 4 weeks of the date of appeal submitted. All recording, okay, all this appeal and the subsequent actions or findings will be recorded and will be kept, will be made. Okay, so are you familiar with the procedures if you choose to lodge an appeal?
That means I still need to pay for it, right?
Yes, if you go with the appeal.
But if I don't pay for it, then I have a second chance?
Yes, for a reassessment. So the decision is for you, and I think you have identified yourself that it's just that one single component, the underpinning knowledge, that you're not quite sure about. But now you've gone through this, so you should have a better idea of where and how you can improve. The decision is yours to see if you want to lodge an appeal, all right, or to accept the not yet competent outcome, in which case I'll have to get you to sign on the paper.
Okay, maybe I try the second time first.
Okay, all right. You sure about that?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, sure. So maybe if I can get you, in this case, you will actually have to sign it 2 times. So I'll take here not yet competent. Okay. All right. And please sign here first, one part. Okay. And also just one, okay, so not yet competent, and you have been briefed on the appeal process. Okay. And here, please, your candidate's signature as well. Okay. Okay, thank you, Jenny. I hope you can do better next time as well.
Okay.
Right, thank you for coming for the assessment. Thank you. Thanks.